on the face of it, it would seem a fairly straightforward procedure for smart rolling, when we learn from Yvette Cooper, of course, that there's no legal requirement on the vetting process and how that takes place. I mean, surely that's the number one thing. If you put that in place, that's when you start to get confidence on how the police are actually policed.
Good afternoon. Yes, you're right. The confidence and trust in policing has taken a huge nosedive. And what the issue here is, even though we're talking about vetting, it is different right across the country. And also the complaints departments are different right across the country. In my view, the solution is to take the investigation of police complaints outside of the Met and take the vetting outside of the Met, have an independent body that then looks at all of those issues together and is not police marking their own homework. And what has happened in the last few years, vetting has become a tick box exercise where the candidate has to state whether or not something untoward has happened. So the onus is on the candidate. And obviously, if you're going to have people like David Carrick, who are dishonest, rapists, sexual predators, they are not going to tell the truth about what they've been up to. So vetting is failing right across the country, but particularly in the Met. And it needs to be an independent group of people who are not police officers doing that work. And I think that's what's happened. Police marking their own homework, investigating each other is not going to work any longer.
Yeah, and of course the failure not just of the system, but perhaps the individuals who are actually doing that work. But on this question about the Met itself then, and we heard reference there to Police Service of Northern Ireland. I mean, do you believe that's the other thing that Sir Mark Rowley's going to have to address now? And that's dismantling the Met as it is at the moment and coming up with another police force for London?
There has to be something radical happen now to get that trust and confidence back, because my biggest worry is that there are going to be people out there, men and women, who are going to need police help. They may hesitate to pick the phone up and ask for that help because they'll be thinking, I might get a David Carrick type individual. So to restore that trust and confidence, something radical has to happen. And to restore the trust and confidence, it has to be either start again or take the complaints away so that people know they can trust the complaint side of it at least, so that if they have any allegations or concerns, they can raise them. But the culture of the Met in particular, enables these kinds of individuals to flourish because they can hide behind that label of banter, and that's what's gone wrong there.